Well, I hope the lighting is good enough. I'm sitting in my garage. It's raining outside. And I'm deep in my thoughts. I was asking myself, how am I? Excuse me. How am I going to overcome what I'm going through? Something of this magnitude. I have no answers. The only thing I know is that I will overcome it. I know the tears will eventually stop. And I cry every day for her. This is her shirt. I remember she would wear these baggy t-shirts and baggy sweats. And I would always want to borrow them. And she'd always say, no, Mom. I remember when she moved out, she thought I was going to throw her things away. She was a very messy girl, you know. Since she was young, she was messy. She couldn't keep shit clean. That was like me. I grew up, I was messy. My head was messy, I was messy, you know. But she was like me in a lot of ways. But the things that mattered to her are in pristine condition. Pristine. She likes to collect, or she liked to collect. But when she moved out, she thought I would throw her things away, and I told her I wouldn't do that. What would make you think I would do that? And the thing that made her think I would do that was she had gone to the hospital one time, and when she came home, I had cleaned up her room. Being a mom, you know, I cleaned up her room. I didn't throw out anything. I just put everything in order in a neat way. And she couldn't find anything. And she told me, she said, Mom, you threw out my stuff. And I said, no, baby, they're all there. Everything is there. She says, Mom, you just don't understand. I am a chaotic mess, but I know where everything is. And even her ex-husband, when I called him to tell him, he always said that about her. He said she was a chaotic mess. But she knew where everything was. She had a brain that worked in an amazing, amazing way. One of the things she left with me was, I need to listen. Once I start back my website, I will offer an ear. If you want to talk, I'll be here. Excuse me. I still don't know the cause of death. It's still pending. But even though she had moved out of here, all her stuff was here. I kept all her things, everything. I washed all her clothes and packed them up. And so odd. Because usually, when she would move out, she would move right back, and I would never mess with her room. But this time, I cleaned up her room, put everything in containers, and it's just one of those things. I made a recording tonight. And I was feeling very sad. And I was beating myself up. In the recording, I told her I didn't do enough. And if I only knew that was the last time I was gonna hug her, I would still be holding her. My baby. She was the easiest pregnancy. 3 pushes and she was there. The 4th push, the placenta came. I gave birth in a birthing chair. I gave birth in Louisiana. I was stationed in the military. She was the easiest baby. But then I got orders to go to Korea. Now, I don't know if you remember me telling you that I was in an abusive relationship when my first daughter was born. And when she was 2 months old, I sent her back to Guyana because I didn't want her to grow up in that kind of environment. I didn't allow her to see her father simply because of the man that I knew he was. And I didn't want her to be scarred by him. I thought I was doing the right thing. Remember, as a parent, we don't come with a book of instructions. But anyway, when she was 6, I gave birth to my second daughter. And I think I mentioned it before. Well, the first one, I ran away from him because I wasn't going to live in an abusive situation. The second one, I was in the military. And when I told him I was pregnant, he said it wasn't his FM baby, and he walked out and left. And sometime during that time, I met my ex-husband. And we became, I don't know, friends/lovers. But we were always, me and him could talk. We could talk about a lot of things. And he was a good father. I can't say otherwise about him, And I'm grateful for him. Him and Erica were very close. And then when I went to Iraq to work, very sad. All my girls. I can't take that back. I went. My oldest daughter took care of them. My mother-in-law, at the time she was my ex-mother-in-law, she came, but I still call her my mother-in-law. Me and her have a very good relationship. I still call her mom. And she came, she stayed a few months with the girls. Then my mom came. But it wasn't me. But I had to find a way to put a roof over their head, you know, to keep my head above water. Not knowing I had a plethora of problems. PTSD, night terrors, alcoholism, not knowing none of that. Knowing but not knowing, you know what I'm saying? I know I used to get startled very easily. But anyway. That's just me talking. I want you all to know that you're not alone. And I know many of you are going through what I'm going through. Whether it's a child or just a loved one, you know, it's still pain. I know I have never felt pain like this. I've lost friends before. I've lost family members. I lost my father. And I never felt this. When my father passed, I suddenly felt like I grew up, like I became a woman, you know. And I was sad for a little while. Not long, because he was very mean. I'm going to say this to you mothers and fathers out here. We all got traumas, whether you believe it or not. We all got things that we've been through, whether in this life or a previous life. Don't take it out on your children. Don't take it out on your children. Yes, they came here to give you an experience, and they came to you for you to give them an experience. But let's treat them with love and respect, no matter what the choices are. I know for a long time, I was very focused on my oldest daughter. Extremely focused. That I forgot everything else around me. You all know about the accident and everything. I have a video about it. I nearly lost my oldest daughter 3 times in the space of a couple years. But anyway, this time I lost my middle daughter. It was her time. There's so many things I would love to tell you. But I'll have a Zoom. I'm going to have a Zoom and we're going to chat, for those of you who are interested. We'll chat. And I'll tell you. Again, I want you to know I will have my good days and I will have my bad days. Earlier today, I had a beautiful day. But throughout the day, I missed my daughter. And tomorrow, I'm taking Benjamin to the vet. Benjamin has been my service animal. Approximately 7 years. He came to me from my oldest daughter. And he was already trained. So I got him certified. And he was a full service animal. But he's in a lot of pain. He's wetting himself. Can't use the bathroom properly because of his hip pain. And as much as I don't want him to go, I cannot be selfish. And I know he doesn't want to go. That's why his hip is hurting him so badly. When I take him to the vet tomorrow, I trust my vet dearly. I will have him make that decision. And if there's anything we can do, Benjamin will be 12 years old next year. I think I got his years mixed up a little in one of my videos. But next year, February, he would be 12 years old. And he's a big dog. He's a big, tall dog. I do feel there's something going on that I can see in his stomach as well. But anyway, after everything, I think tomorrow, which will be Monday. Oh, I also have to pick up Erica tomorrow. I pick up her ashes tomorrow. But I'm going to take Benjamin first. And then I'm going to go pick her up. My daughter-in-law will come with me. And I'll go from there. We're going to overcome this. Trust me. I ain't come this far. It don't matter what is thrown in front of me. I will overcome. And no matter what is thrown in front of you, you will overcome too. I want you to remember love. I want you to open up your heart. Open your heart first to you. And start loving you. But it's getting a little cold out here. And I don't want to put the heater on because of the noise and I don't have my mic. I thank you for sitting with me. And for always supporting me. I love you, darling.